joining me and Rob, we have Joel Kelsey here. Joel, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, Joel. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
But actually, you can't speak right now
Yes.
because before we actually start chatting with you,
What happened there? We threw the guys off.
we are gonna roll. We're gonna roll some video that the Educational Channel provided to us.
We're talking about a public hearing that's going to be held by the Federal Communications Commission on April 30th here in Tampa. And with me to talk about that is Patrick Mantega, who is editor and publisher of the local newspaper La Gazzetta. And we have Joel Kelsey, who is the Grassroots coordinator for the Consumers Union out of Washington, D.C. Welcome, both of you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Patrick, this particular issue that we are talking about, as an independent publisher of a newspaper, what do you see the issue being?
Well, I'm a dying breed. My family has owned La Gazzetta since 1922, and you see family newspapers just falling to the wayside, and it's because of all these corporate mergers. You have these companies who have deep pockets being able to move into areas and really start competing in niche markets. Currently, you're seeing newspapers like the Tampa Tribune get involved in Spanish language market, which they had never gotten involved in before. So, this is starting now to challenge papers like myself and other small Spanish language newspapers. I've seen them get involved into alternative newspaper markets, and the business just gets tougher and tougher every day.
Joe, Grassroots coordinator for the Consumers Union. What does this issue mean to you and your organization?
Well, Consumers Union is the nonprofit publisher of Consumer Reports, the magazine. And not only do we try to inform consumers about products in the market, we also tell them how to stand up for their rights. And this is, as well as a lot of other telecommunications and media policy, a key example of where they can make a difference. Right now, we find that the major daily newspaper and the major daily media outlet, TV stations, are the most dominant sources of local news and information in media markets across America. And one of the rules that the FCC is considering and is looking to hear from people on April 30th would allow those two most dominant news sources of local news and information to merge together. And it's something that we want to prevent, and something that we think would allow consumers to have much more options, choice, and be able to access many more independent and diverse local viewpoints.
So that hearing on Monday really isn't about much, huh?
No, it's got a
Wow.
whole lot of cool stuff going on. The future of
Wow.
democracy.
So that's a huge thing. Embellish just a little bit, Joel, if you don't mind, and talk close.
Sure. So I think you heard earlier from Wayne Garcia of Creative Loafing. He's got a great article. He's got a great article. Louise Thompson from Tampa Bay Community Network has a great quote in there.
Right.
It's about the future of democracy. And I guess some of the specifics, they're looking at two main rules. One is called the duopoly rule, and that governs how much or how many news, radio stations, and also television stations one company is able to own in a particular media market. Second is called the cross-ownership ban, which is what we were talking about a little bit in the program that we just saw. And that's what stops a company in most media markets throughout the country from owning both a major daily newspaper and also a broadcast station.
What is there going to be any reference to the fact that all the people that were grandfathered in are still in the media generals? I mean, is that going to be addressed? Like, wait a minute, maybe we need to dissolve that and say, hey, we're not allowing this anymore, because it's there. They are a superpower between TBO, their newspaper, the other weeklies. I think there was something like 19 weeklies they produced plus Channel 8. I mean, think about it. That's the same message. Boom.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you have a converged media market like we do here in Tampa,
there's more markets that have converged.
There's a few. Columbus, Ohio is an example. The Wolf family owns the Columbus Dispatch, as well as a couple of radio stations. I believe in North Carolina has one, but it's very rare. In terms of I think there's 210 media markets throughout the country, and lifting the cap would allow mergers in 175 of those 210. So, but it's a huge echo chamber. You're right. When you own both a print publication and also the medium of radio or television, you can blast one singular message out to listeners and readers in a big way that's unprecedented with other companies or publications. So if it's going to be addressed on Monday, I hope so. Every single person that comes to the hearing is going to have 2 minutes to testify and tell the FCC how they feel about the media here in Tampa Bay, and I hope they bring it up.
Well, when people come there on Monday, and you'll tell us where and when, and tell us who they're going to see. Who are they going to be telling these things to? Who are they going to be reporting to for their 2 minutes?
Yep. So the Federal Communications Commission is made up of 5 members, 5 commissioners, and all of them are selected or appointed by the president and confirmed by the Senate. 3 of them reflect the party that's in power at the White House. So 3, in this case, are Republicans,
Yes,
2 are Democrats. So it'll be, you know.
And it always stays that balance?
Yeah, it always stays that balance. So you see, you know, mostly the contentious votes kind of split 3-2 all the
Right,
time.
right.
And which is what we saw in 2003. In 2003, they did vote to lift these caps, unfortunately, under then Chairman Michael Powell. And, you know, millions and millions of Americans spoke out against this, not only forcing Congress to try to reel the FCC's power back in, but also providing a record by which the courts based part of their decision to overturn those rules on. One of the organizations we work with, the Prometheus Radio Project, sued the FCC, and as a result of that lawsuit, overturned the rules. So, you know, it's a perfect example of how grassroots power really can change a policy initiative and make a difference when people are trying to do these things in vacuums up in Washington, D.C.
It's for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
Exactly.
well, why wouldn't the grassroots, you know, why wouldn't it work when you're out there trying to get people, hey, listen, you know what? Guess what? They're going to feed you whatever they want you to hear, and you're just going to do the easy thing because you're taking the easy way out right now. So the easy thing is to pick up the Tampa Tribune and watch Channel 8, you know what I'm saying? And listen to a radio station that's probably owned by somebody that they're affiliated with, or whatever, you know? Next thing you know.
Tell us who are some of the
Wow,
panelists
that's
that people
crazy.
are. I mean, I know there's the 5 FCC chairmen there, but are there some other speakers that are going to be there that people can see? And then where is it?
Yeah, you can see the hearing itself is going to be held on April 30th from 4 p.m. till 11 p.m.
That's Monday.
Which is this coming Monday. It's going to be at the Tampa Bay Performing Arts Center.
And this is the 4th stop.
I'm sorry?
This is the 4th.
This is the 4th.
stop.
This is one of 6 hearings they're holding throughout the entire country, and this is the 4th of those 6.
Do you expect anybody from out of town, from out of Tampa, to be here?
I imagine, I imagine so. You know, in Nashville and also in Harrisburg, which were the 2 prior to this, you know, folks drove in buses from different places. We're hearing that there's going to be a contingent from Sarasota, which is relatively close, from Gainesville, and I think some people from Miami are also planning on driving up as well. So,
and
but
there's going to be
typically
both sides of the game here. There's people out there saying, hey, no, we should be able to merge.
Yes.
While there's going to be people out there saying, no, no, no.
Yeah, I mean, in my experience at these different hearings, you usually see kind of a tidal wave of public opinion that say, stop the mergers,
Right.
keep the caps, don't lift
Right.
them, and then there's a couple broadcasters and their, you know, friends and family,
Well,
and
Joel,
other
do you-
folks that come out and say, do please.
Do you have some contact information for Monday's event or for your own website?
Yeah. There's 2 websites that I'll buzz. One that you can find lots of more information about the issues that surround these telecommunications. That's my website. It's www.hearusnow.org.
That's easy. Uh-huh.
The second one is also
And
very
here
easy.
is H-E-A-R, Rob.
that's
in case
true.
you were wondering.
Okay.
Don't misspell it. The second one is www.stopbigmedia.com. And that's a coalition-run website that has lots more information about all these ownership hearings and lots more multimedia, segments that you can access. You can, if you're interested, you can come to a workshop that we're going to be holding at WMNF before the hearing on Saturday, this coming Saturday at 10 a.m. right there in the studio. It'll go for a few hours, and we're going to be educating the public on the rules themselves and kind of helping them craft their 2 minutes of testimony.
And it's going to be aired as well? You guys going to be on the air talking about it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's going to be aired or not, but
But
it's
that's
definitely
really
a great
one
chance
of the
for
great
people to
stations
learn.
that you can actually hear independent
They've been
and,
wonderful.
and wonderful alternative music that's not, you know, just
Or you can just-
mainstream Britney Spears.
That's right.
Or you can always go down to the Tampa Bay Performing Arts Center Monday at 4. Hear your voice. You got 5 big people in the nation
And
that
2
you can
minutes.
voice it to. Joel, thank you very much. Good luck with your efforts.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.